guys, and welcome to Mums in Melanin. My name is Tukunbo. I'm Ayola.
I'm Debbie.
I'm Takoni.
And today we're going to talk about a lovely, positive birth story.
Woohoo!
But before we get into that, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and join our sisterhood.
Yeah.
So TK, tell us about your experience.
Okay, so I'll start with pregnancy.
Yeah.
The pregnancy was nice initially. You know, you get the. you know, you get the.
Wait.
Morning,
Positive, yeah?
you know, you get the morning sickness.
Yeah.
I don't know for you guys how long morning sickness lasted. If you had it,
I didn't.
you didn't have it.
No.
Did you
I had it in one. That was absolutely fine.
So normally morning sickness it slows down around 12 weeks, maybe 15 weeks.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You.
The reminiscing is a lot.
So I had the sickness. It wasn't morning sickness. It turned into hyperemesis.
Define.
Vomiting, basically severe vomiting and nausea.
No.
All the way up until 34 weeks. So can you imagine big belly vomiting like?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Did you have to be hospitalised for it?
I went in and out of hospital for like fluids, because I was dehydrated.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand anything. I tried everything to stop the vomiting. So I liked sour sweets, grapefruit, grapes, like just having something to like that's juicy but then sour.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of spicy food. Like it was.
But did spicy food work? Because I thought spicy food would make it worse.
No.
Or this just
I
cravings you had?
Yeah, no, it wasn't cravings. It was like to get the taste
Taste
that
out of
made
your
me
mouth.
feel so sick, right out of my mouth. So anyway, the
Hyperemesis.
vomiting and nausea went on till 34 weeks. And
Sorry, so like during the day, how many times are you vomiting? Do you mean like just regularly, or are we talking about
everything and
Anything
anything.
Yeah.
when
Like-
you eat?
But what eating? Did I eat?
Yeah. I've known mums that have had it and they've lost so much weight
Yeah,
during
I
their
wasn't- I wasn't
pregnancy.
big, but in my pregnancy,
Yeah,
I
I've
was
heard of
hospitalised.
it.
So sorry, this is my pregnancy with Sienna, my first pregnancy.
Okay.
So 8 years ago now. Yeah, like. there
And it's
was-
your first one. That's
Literally,
not nice.
It was, yeah, and that was an excuse. Or maybe because it's your first one,
Yeah.
this and that. Lo and behold, 1, 2, and 3 was vomiting baby. So yeah, I literally was vomiting until 34 weeks, sorry. And then when I got to 34 weeks, when I finally thought that I was going to relax and enjoy my pregnancy, I went for the midwife, you know, the checkup that they give, you know,
Yeah.
in the community. So I went to get my blood pressure checked, and they're like, your blood pressure's a bit high. Okay, we'll monitor it. We want to see you every week. So I'm like, okay, cool. Kept going in. Got to about 37 weeks. The midwife was like, your blood pressure's really high. Like, I think we need to go into hospital.
Oh
Like,
wow.
And I was like, well, I don't have any symptoms, by the way. I don't have any symptoms. So this is what they call Preclampsia.
Yeah.
So what are the symptoms?
So the symptoms are flashing lights. You might have some dizziness, breathlessness. Like, those are the main ones, especially like the flashing lights. So I don't have anything.
Wow.
So I was like to the woman, like, I'm fine. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've got a couple of weeks left. Like, maybe we can
Yeah.
carry on. And yeah, 37 weeks. She was like, you know what? No, we got to 38 weeks now. The next week, and she's like, okay, cool. Well, you know what? I know you don't want to go in hospital, but just go to the hospital tomorrow to get your blood pressure checked. She tracked me.
Oh.
She tracked me. She was like, okay, go tomorrow. Let them check your blood pressure. I said, okay, cool. Fine, I've got things to do, but I'll make time. I'm trying to plan for this baby, you know, like new baby, first baby, or preparing. Cool. I went to the hospital the next day. They checked my blood pressure. They said, yeah, you're having this baby now.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, literally, if I tell you the way I cried,
Oh.
I cried. I wasn't ready. Like, I had 2 more weeks. I was like, no, I'm not ready. I cried, and I was like, sorry, well, we're going to induce you. And the only cure for this is giving birth.
Jeez.
Yeah. So they did start me on like some blood pressure medication, but it wasn't going to be effective because I was so
Far
into
along,
it.
yeah.
So that was something. I cried like a baby. My husband was like, listen, man up. Sometimes you need a man to tell you, man up. Like, like this baby's coming. Like,
Get yourself ready. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I gathered myself slowly. I was in tears, but I gathered myself slowly, and yeah, they induced me. I think they just did a cervix sweep where it's not nice.
Sorry, when they say sweet, they need to change that terminology.
Yeah.
Because
It's
sweet sounds so
painful.
gentle. It sounds like a sweet.
What they did is claw your inside and...
Sorry for people who haven't had kids yet, but...
Cervical sweep.
Yeah.
And if you get the nurse, that is an auntie.
Or the one with extra large hands.
Yeah. Oh,
The ones that should have been boxers from day, but they missed route.
They missed their calling.
literally.
That one is. Sorry, continue.
Exactly. Go through.
That's so bit sweet. They were like, okay, cool, we're gonna do this, and if it doesn't work, if you don't have that baby contractions that start within 24 hours, we'll do another one, I think.
Okay.
So because that was painful, the first one was painful,
Yeah.
and I said, okay, cool. I asked them, what can I do to kind of like speed up like the process or have my contractions, start? They said, you need to just walk. So I walked. If I tell you the stairs in that hospital, every corridor I walked, and I wasn't allowed to leave the hospital as well. So it was like, I walked and walked and walked, and lo and behold, the next day contractions started. Thank God.
Jeez, bless you.
And you know what it is? Do you know what's interesting? Do you know like when you're pregnant and you're going through these contractions, there's something about not asking for pain relief. Like there's I don't know what it is, and it's really bad.
I was
like
like
this whole thing about I'm
Short.
strong.
Like, is that something your mum's like? You know, you're strong, you can do it. Because I know when I was pregnant, mom was like, "Don't scream." Like,
I
feel like it's a Nigerian mentality because when she was giving birth to my brothers and she was in Nigeria, they're very big on can't make noise. Like,
Composure's a big thing,
you need to.
But I think the noise thing is more to do with your energy. So screaming, you're is not
burning your energy.
You're not doing anything. You need to save that energy to now push. You understand? So
it's true.
But I get what you're saying, because I think for me, my thing was more the side effects of things like epidural. Okay. That's why I didn't want pain relief. So I suppose people probably have different reasons to why they might be a bit hesitant.
What's yours?
What was your reason?
I wanted to be strong in it.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. First baby.
And you know what? It was alright. So.
So you didn't take it?
I had gas and air only.
But
when I asked for gas and air, I think I was already like 5 centimeters.
Okay.
I was so
doing
proud of
well.
myself. The second and third, I said, give me that. I cannot do it. So literally the gas in there, contractions started. It was lovely. I had my music in the background. It was such a smooth. It was Floetry.
Oh, all right.
So, their whole album. It was in the background. And it was lovely. My mum was there, my husband was there. My mum was like, open your eyes, talk to us. I wasn't talking to anyone. I was no one's friend. I was giving birth to a child. I was busy. I wasn't talking to anyone. The pain. Gas in there was beautiful. Had that, and then time for the baby to come. And I think the midwife I had was training, so she wasn't fully confident. So as the baby's coming out, sometimes their heart drops a bit because now their heads get coming out. She pressed the emergency buzzer and she got scared. So everyone came in and like, the head there, like just push.
Yeah.
And that first push was a fake one, so it was more screaming. It was more screaming.
Put your chin down and push.
And then the midwife was like, no, you need to actually like dig deep, like you're doing a poo basically. And 2 pushes and she was out.
Wow!
Come on, record time.
And my best friend
Touch me, babes, touch me. I can't you let that one go. 2 pushes. I love that.
My best friend Liz called and my husband put the phone to my ear and I was like, yeah, Liz, like she's here. And she was like, what, you just gave birth? I'm like, yeah. She was like, what, you don't sound like you just gave birth? I'm like, yeah. She's there, like, that was it. Quick.
That's amazing.
And, she was a little bit small because of the Preclampsia and I guess the nausea and vomiting, like the nutrients I was having and stuff like that.
How much did she weigh?
She weighed just under, I think she was like 5 something. Just under
yeah.
But it was a lovely like birth in terms of like just having her like there.
Yeah.
Like there was no trauma, didn't tear.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's a lovely. Like especially when you go for a pregnancy that isn't ideal, and then you get to the hard part essentially, and it's a breeze.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, man.
Exactly.
I can do this.
Exactly.
Yeah. You did it again. But
When she hit the emergency button though, what was going through your mind that time?
I was just thinking, I don't know. Do you know when, like, because you're having your own contract, it's like I was in my own world. So I wasn't really, I saw what's happening around me, but I wasn't like having anything to say about it. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing that I don't have an opinion. I was happy.
You tried. I would have been.
Yeah. But you didn't feel scared.
I don't feel scared. No,
That's good.
That's good. I didn't feel scared at all. And you know what? Sometimes it's the unknown, innit? Like I've never had a baby before, so
okay, so you didn't really know that it
yeah.
was an emergency button per se.
Well, I knew when people started rushing in. So when all the doctors, I was thinking, why are they here? And then my husband said, oh, they pushed the emergency button. By the way, do you know what he was doing?
What?
Trying out the gas in there.
Yeah.
And I'm not even surprised to hear
Yeah.
that.
He was trying out the gas in there and he was like, why that stuff so
Yeah. I've got a photo of my husband. I was like, go on, try it. Just see how you like it.
I didn't use gas in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually don't like that thing.
I can't use anything. So for me, giving birth is like really bad period pains.
Yeah.
Like on a grander level, but when I have bad period pains, I have to kind of concentrate and think my way through it. I can't use gas in air. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Like, I need to focus this pain away. So breathing really works. And when the midwife was like, okay, breathe. In the beginning, I was like, I do this on a daily basis.
This is the thing, yeah.
Stop telling me to breathe.
Yeah.
But actually, when I inhale, exhale, any pain relief, like, for me,
really?
But I think the gas in air helps with your breathing as well.
I don't like gas in air. Gas in air, I don't like the feeling.
So I vomited after the first.
That's it.
Oh, you vomited.
Did you?
Yeah, I did vomit after. Yeah, I vomited after the first couple like. And to be fair, because I was vomiting the whole way through pregnancy, obviously it had calmed down by then.
Yeah.
It was just like I was vomiting again, innit? Like,
yeah, same thing. I don't know. I mean, some people swear by it. Like some people, honestly, they love it. I've tried it. For me, it makes me. I don't like feeling out of control of my body. I hate that. So once I feel a bit woozy, I'm a bit like trying to naturally. I'm trying to gain consciousness. Like, whoa, what's going on here? I don't like that feeling. Yeah. That's why I don't even like roller coasters. Anything that's swinging me around, it's like, if I can't press the button, I'm not, take me on a nice, what's that, bumper cars? I can do that one. I drive when I want to drive, stop when I want to stop. Anyways, and then on top of it, it's the dizziness, it's the taste. The taste makes me very queasy. So I can't breathe it in enough for it to stop the pain because I can't take my focus off the taste and the smell and all the rest of it.
What it is as well with the gas in there is it helped with my breathing and I was biting it. I can't lie. The mouthpiece.
Okay.
That was helping me with this pain. And yeah, I mean, going back to like the way, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't want to say it's women or black people and the way we've been brought up to and raised to be strong and childbirth. I understand that our parents, they gave birth for probably little pain relief, but for me, I was just trying to I wanted to do the whole thing without any.
Yeah, I was like that.
And you wanted to like prove it to yourself,
bring the gas in there because it was a lot. But and the pregnancy, the labor was like what 4.5 hours. It was quick.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is great.
Yeah, Sienna, listen.
That is amazing.
2 pushes and boom.
2 pushes. No tears, nothing.
That's a good.
But just like what you were saying is that, you know, like the concentration, I was in my own zone. My mom was like, open your eyes. People that give birth, they open their eyes, you know. I was like, sorry. Mom, just give me a second. Literally, I just couldn't interact with anybody. Like the way my husband was rubbing my back, so even they asked like the partner or your birth partner to like massage your back, that wasn't working. Like it was like, get off me.
I feel like when you're in pain though, you don't want to be touched.
No.
Like people are different, but I feel like you're gonna cause me more pain. Just let me figure this out by myself. Do you know what I mean?
You can't actually take this pain away.
Yeah. And sometimes it's just a bit. And a man's hand can be quite firm, so like that when they feel they're gently stroking, it's just feel like ow. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Extra,
But after you gave birth, after the 2 pushes, were you kind of just up and ready then? Like, what was that bit like?
So I was up and ready. I was perfectly fine. Like they brought tea, they brought toast. My mom and my husband were eating the toast and drinking the tea because I think they were exhausted just watching.
Yeah.
For me, I wasn't hungry straight away. But then obviously, you have visitors coming now. Like I was in the labour room when everybody's coming. You lot are all there. Like everybody was literally visiting, and at that moment, I wasn't feeling hungry. We were in hospital though for like 10 days.
Oh, why?
So Sienna, when she was born, her temperature was quite low, and then on top of that, her blood sugars dropped. So obviously, the breast milk it takes some time to establish. Colostrum, that first milk was coming out, but it wasn't doing what it needed to do. Her blood sugars were literally dropping. So they took her to intensive care.
Oh, wow.
She was there for a little while, but she was the biggest baby in intensive care. But it's because of her temperature to have her in the incubator, keep her warm. And then after that, she went into SCBU, special care baby unit, and she was there for a few days. And there, they just started. I was pumping using the hospital, breast pumps, and trying to give her, and then I was actually giving her Aptamil as well. So she was mixed fed straight from birth.
Okay.
To bring up the sugar. There was nothing like my breast milk wasn't.
And the midwives didn't like pressure you or anything like that.
No,
that's
they're the
very
ones that
interesting.
even suggested it.
Yeah.
Really?
I think when there's something wrong with the baby, not wrong, then they're not taking no chances.
That makes sense.
They're not waiting for your breast milk.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
but it always depends on who you get, though.
100%. Yeah.
But that makes sense. Like, it actually makes sense.
Yeah, because even Roman did. It was on formula straight away. No one even checked for me. No.
They were checking with you.
Checking with what? With who?
You were happy to do that.
Babes, I don't know. Maybe my husband spoke on my behalf. I don't know, babe. But
yeah, probably.
It was on formula straight away. He didn't even have the strength to suckle. Do you know what I mean? So it was going through his nose. The formula was just going straight into his nose.
It's like a no-brainer.
So they were NG feeding her initially just to get the blood sugars to come up quickly, and then her blood sugars finally stabilised. And her temperature, I think she was still kind of like a little bit cold. I don't know why she was a cold baby. Because this is not her country.
What? This is my country.
What?
Where's my country?
I'm very confused.
This is my country.
Now hold on, I'm confused.
I pay my tax. I pay my.
I'm so confused.
This is my country.
That came out so wrong. In my head, no. That came out so wrong. What I meant was she'd been in the womb for so long. And
wow.
It's not her country.
Okay,
context is everything.
Guys, sorry. I said it.
Wow. No, it's cool. We accept your explanation. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, like she was still a bit cold, but she came around, like she was eating.
Nice.
I was allowed to bring her to the ward, maybe like the day before we left. So I stayed in hospital all the time. I was
with her?
Yeah, I was still in hospital. They moved me. I was in a bay, and then they moved me to a room.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, they allowed me to stay. I think my blood pressure was still a bit high. It took some time to settle down. Maybe
So
they monitored you as well.
Yeah, it came down probably around 6 weeks. So
6 weeks.
Yeah, like it came down. It was not concerning.
High level concern, but it wasn't normal.
But it wasn't normal. It was gradually coming down. And when I went for my 6-week check with the GP, it was totally normal. Yeah.
Nice.
Did you have high blood pressure with Ezekiel and Azariah? Okay.
No. But because of my preeclampsia before, they started me on
Wait,
aspirin.
did they actually confirm it was preeclampsia?
Yeah, it was preeclampsia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was on aspirin, baby aspirin or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I was taking aspirin to encourage the blood flow. So I think with preeclampsia, it's to do with the cord and how much blood flow that's going through. Sometimes if the cord is too tight, it doesn't flow basically properly.
Okay.
Really?
And then it affects your body. Yeah.
So strange.
Yeah.
Because I had swollen feet. They didn't say anything to me about a cord, but I don't know. I had that's how they knew I had it. So I had really bad swollen feet. I could barely walk on it. Maybe from like 6 months.
Okay.
And literally, it was repeated. It was really big. It was sore to walk on. But generally, I was fine. I didn't have flashing lights or anything like that.
But you were when he was at your shower, you were doing baby girl.
Wasn't it you that was making me dance? And I was like, guys, I think I took like 5 steps and I had to take heels off because my feet was. It was like putting an elephant in like I don't know, in a little box. Like my foot, they were like, come on. I was like, but the shimmy was painful, man. I was like, no, guys, just have to take me as I am. So it was painful. Obviously, I did it because I had to, but realistically, like I was in slippers most of the time because it was just very, very swollen. But it didn't, as far as I'm aware, anyways. Like no one told me about the cord thing, so it's quite interesting. I never had the flashing lights, nothing.
Obviously,
even high blood pressure, I didn't have that.
Is it?
So I don't know.
Reasons why, obviously, some mothers get, preeclampsia and high blood pressure. But what I noticed is when my daughter was born, her cord was really tight. It was like a telephone. You know how?
Wow.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, oh, okay. And the midwife just kind of like dropped that information, like, oh, probably because the cord was so tight.
Okay.
That's so interesting.
But yeah, so back to like being in hospital for a couple of days. She came back to the ward with me and they were like, well, if she's gained weight by tomorrow, and she's feeding fine, then you can go home.
Nice.
That night, I made sure she.
Of course.
You know when you're just like,
of course.
you can stay on my breast. Just
do what you. Yeah.
Until morning if you like.
Yeah.
And then the next day we were good to go home, and it was lovely. But the birth was just, it was everything. I wanted a water birth though.
So why didn't you get one? Because it was so
Because to have water birth or to have any sort of home birth or even in a birthing centre, you can't have nothing.
One thing I don't think I can ever do is home birth.
Really?
I just can't. I need to be somewhere that has all the wires and everything necessary. I don't know why, and it doesn't sound very good, but I think for me, it's just with childbirth, you can't predict anything. So I just wouldn't want to possibly be too far from anything.
Don't they bring like a little incubator?
Yeah, it's the mini version. It's the mini version. I need the one that's it. I need the one that's gonna fix.
I think in my ideal scenario, I would have loved the home birth.
Really?
Ideally, yeah. Like I would have loved I don't really like water though, so I'm not sure how it would have worked. But people say they can come out for labour or whatever. But I think I would have just
been in your home environment,
in your own space. Do you know what I mean? Like you can have your candles. Obviously, I'm romanticising it, isn't it? But
candles.
Because it didn't happen for me. But I would have loved it just to be nice and relaxing. Dim lights, chilled. I would have loved all of that.
Wow, dim light. This sounds like, innit? I want to come. Can I come? I don't know.
I know home births go really well as well because you're at home in your home environment, your oxytocin is already high. Like things normally flow quite well because you're in a nice space. Whereas in a hospital, it's easier for things to like, do you know what I mean, extra interventions to happen. Yeah. But
it's quite interesting.
But then obviously, if things are wrong, like
this is the thing.
Yeah,
this is the thing, and I think maybe because when I had Micaiah, it just wasn't straightforward. So perhaps because I haven't had the two pushes experience, that might be why I feel that extra security being in the hospital. Do you know what I mean? Whereas maybe after Sienna, if someone said do a home birth, you might be more open to it. Do you know what I mean? So it might just be based on experience.
I mean, from Sienna, because of the pre-eclampsia and stuff, a home birth or birthing centre was already out of the question. Any future child.
Just full stop.
Yeah, that's it. No,
that was it. They weren't like because of the risk.
The risk.
Like, no,
yeah.
And
you have to take the injections.
No, because you didn't have surgery, isn't it? Isn't that only when you have surgery?
No, babes. I had to have injections with Omar. If that's the truth, I'm going to complain.
For the blood clots?
What?
The one that you take every day in your fire?
Yeah, man.
I thought that's only if you had surgery.
I had to take it for like 10 days.
Yeah.
I thought that was only when you had surgery.
They said that was fact.
What? What? I don't understand.
Well, that's not what
Oh, so you might get blood clots
like
because of your weight?
No, they said my BMI was high.
So?
Oh, that's why. Because of blood clots. That's what it's for. It's to thin your blood.
I know it's to thin your blood, but I mean...
So they said her BMI was too high that her blood could be clotting, innit? Have to be safe with it.
I didn't understand because when I read into it, like I didn't have a C-section.
Yeah.
I hadn't had preeclampsia. I hadn't had like all these different things. The only thing that
sounds a bit extra to me.
And my BMI, guys, wasn't even that high. It was maybe like
you don't have to go into deal.
No, but I do because like that.
She's offended. She's offended.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'll write to her husband. I'm joking. But it wasn't that high, so I just feel like because I really didn't like them shots.
Yeah, they're not nice.
Yeah, it's not nice.
They're not nice.
And people inject themselves. I can't do that.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
I actually shouted it a few times.
Way.
It was more painful when he did it.
I couldn't. Really?
Yeah, man. Because you know when someone's joking you, they're not really.
No, I'll be like, 1, 2. Me, I need to prepare. I've done it with everyone. Even when I was doing my BCG at school, I'll be like, okay, 1 minute. I'm going to count you down. I have to prepare my mind, but I can't inject. Yeah, I'm annoying. I already know. Like, I get it. I felt so for Sadiq. I'm like, you ready? Okay, 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to look away. But I don't like injections. But I can't inject I hate injections.
Yeah, I couldn't inject myself.
And that injection stings.
It does. It does.
Every day. I used to think, what kind of rubbish is this?
And then has to click and all that crap.
Yeah, I can't inject myself. When the lady gave it to me, I was just like, is there an alternative? Should I just stay here? Maybe that one. I won't have to take it.